Awkward. So I am upstairs filming my bedroom, which is the second story, and I didn't think that people could see me because, you know, it's at an angle, but someone just waved. Awkward. What if I just smiled like that all the time? I'm just kidding. I read somewhere that if you smile for 5 seconds, it's supposed to lift your mood. So that's what I was trying to do before the video, and then I decided that I was just gonna push play. Anyways, hey there, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brittany, and this is my channel. I am going to post a no edit, I've stopped taking care of myself video today because it is already Tuesday and I just want to post it because I've been thinking about this video for a little while now. Okay, when I say a little while, it's just been today. When I think about something, sometimes I obsess about it and then I just have to do it. And why is this going to be a no edit video? Because if it's a no edit video, that means I can get it up faster. But I did want to chit chat about my acknowledgement in the fact that I've stopped taking care of myself, probably for the last 6 months. It's embarrassing to say, but I do struggle with mental health issues, depression, and anxiety, and this is not the first time, and this has become a cycle in my life. And I did want to point out a few different things that I'm noticing and how I'm hoping to prevent myself in the future from cycling into this. I do think that this did start from a major trigger from, let's say, shit hitting the fan with somebody really important to me, and in realizing that all the healing work that we have done for the last 1.5 years or so was a lie, and that they lied to me, and that they are exactly who I always knew that they were. But they did put on a pretty good face, and it did re-trigger a lot of trauma from my childhood and unresolved trauma that I didn't realize I had, or resurfacing. I did become very angry, and I don't like when I'm angry because that kind of is a stereotype, angry native drunk, and I don't want to be stereotyped, and that's what sometimes I feel like, a stereotype. But with that being said, at the end of July of 2021, I felt myself kind of spiraling, and then in October 16th, I think it was, when I posted the video Appear about my mental health goals. Sorry, I'm looking off to the side because I got some notes over there. Sorry, I'm getting over being sick. Yeah. Anyways, sorry, get back on track. Take a drink of water real quick. Anyways, so with that trauma, I had to revisit a lot of past trauma, and it was causing a lot of PTSD and some major issues that sparked some memories of some stuff that happened to me as a child that I haven't acknowledged, or that I forgot about, or that I just pretended like didn't happen. I'm not quite sure what it was, but it did resurface as an adult after that situation. And it was kind of like a sad moment to make me realize that my childhood was really sad. Like, I knew it was sad, but it just kind of made me realize that it was pretty sad, and that I am ready to forgive, let go, and move on, because I can't continue to live in the cycle of not taking care of myself, because I deserve more. Like, I deserve better than that. Just because of things that people have done to me, or the way I react to things that people have done to me, it doesn't mean that I have to live in that situation, or that's my life. I have full control over how I manage and move things. Sorry if you can hear my dog. I think I need to put a disclaimer at the bottom of my descriptions, be like, sorry if you hear a snore, that's my French bulldog. But I deserve better. I deserve more than that. So after my video on October 16th, like, I did get my mental health journal that I was talking about, and I struggled with writing in that because it almost brought back more PTSD, because it asked about certain things that I wish that never happened to me, and that was kind of a triggering thing. And then I'm starting to realize that when I'm actually having a phase of depression, things that do trigger me, I react to them a lot worse. And I'm sure it's because my mental state isn't balanced. But I've started to realize that, like, this summer, I mean, not just this summer, but like this last 6 months, I feel like I've done quite a few things that I'm embarrassed of. And that's not I guess it is my personality, but that's not something that I generally would do or how I'd behave. And so with those acknowledgements, like, I'm stopping the cycle here and moving forward. I'm trying to create better boundaries and patterns for myself. That's why it is so important for me to declutter and minimize and live a simple life, so that I can make sure that I have all of these routines, because it is very important for people with mental health issues or who are suffering from trauma or healing to have routine, or anybody in general. Routines are very important. It helps structure and it helps keep things balanced. And so that's one big thing that I need to really focus on, which I've been better about. Like, I've created my journal. Let me show you my journal. I'm sure I probably showed you guys this a few different times, but like my weekly journal, like I was completing those last year in 2021. So that's a good routine that I've started. And with that, I have my Sunday cleaning routine, and on my Sunday cleaning routine, I kind of started getting off of that track as well. So I've stopped taking care of my house. Like, yeah, I still do it maybe once a month. I'll do like a deep clean, which is gross, because that's like even my toilet. Like, my husband, he'll go through and like clean it when I ask him to, but if I don't ask him to, he won't. So there was a time where literally our toilet did not get cleaned for almost a whole month, I think. But that's disgusting. Like, this is embarrassing. Like, sometimes I literally just want to cover my eyes and be like, I cannot believe that I said that to the world. But aside from those things, like, one of the major things that I really struggle with, because it's really embarrassing to me, is hygiene. For many reasons, I was brushing my teeth 3 times a day for many years. Probably as soon as I went to dental assisting program in school and, you know, started working in that field, I brushed my teeth after every meal. Not only did it help with the cravings, but it obviously helped with hygiene. But since I've stopped doing that, I've obviously gained weight because I'm having a lot more cravings, and I feel like my teeth are not as white as they used to be. They're pretty yellow. Yeah, but that's another thing. One day I will save enough money to do what I want with my teeth, and that's another insecurity. Long story on that one. But with the hygiene aspect of it, I obviously was having issues showering consistently, and when I was showering, I was washing my hair every day, so my hair is really dry now. So even when I was having good hygiene, I wasn't having good practices with my goals. So it's kind of a self-sabotage thing that I feel like I was doing, and it's so annoying because I hate the self-sabotage aspect of mental health issues, because it's not like I'm going out spending a bunch of money. It's not like I'm going out and blowing all these different relationships with people or being extravagant or cheating or doing all these things. It's literally minor self-sabotage things that affect me and myself. And I know that's why it's called self-sabotage, but it just sucks because, you know, with that, like, not just the hygiene, like, I have medical issues that obviously are triggered by some habits that I maintain. So like my eating habits, like how much caffeine I drink and if I drink alcohol, or how much alcohol I drink, or how consistently I drink, kind of thing. And so after July, I kind of spiraled into, I don't give a crap what I drink. I don't care how much caffeine I have. I'm back up to 2 to 3 cups a day. Horrible, when I was literally like, oh, I don't need coffee today, it's not necessary. Or I would just like have a few sips off of my cup and get rid of it. And then drinking. I was drinking more consistently. I'm not doing that now, but I was drinking more consistently, and I could tell that that was triggering my migraines, and with the caffeine too, like when you have too much caffeine or too little caffeine, that's a trigger as well. So I stopped managing or listening to my body. So when I have those issues with my migraines and I can't maintain my migraines, they do cause me to have a seizure. And with my seizures, sometimes depending on the severity of it, I may be out for a day or two, or I might not be very put together mentally. So that's why it's really important for me to stick to a routine with my journals and my to-do list for the week. So that for me personally has been great. I don't journal like my feelings on how I'm feeling, which I'm hoping to kind of have like a brain dump every once in a while about that, just so I could get that out, or have a separate journal. I don't know. Rambling. So I'm looking at my notes again. So back to what I was saying, like with my medical issues, like when I trigger those kinds of things, or I have assistance in triggering those issues, it is the most, I don't even know what kind of feeling it is to me, but I feel like I've messed up. And I know I have, but I feel like it's almost like life ending, like I really fucked up, like everybody's going to be disappointed in me, and that everybody's going to know that migraine was because I had too much coffee, or, whatever it was. Like, I'm not saying that necessarily my migraines are triggered just from too much coffee, but all those things together is what triggers it. And so obviously there's natural things that trigger it as well, as like smells and the weather and just certain things. Anyways, so when I go through those and I'm down for a day or two and the house doesn't stay clean, or I don't stay on the pattern of my hygiene, my mental state takes a hit. And so when my mental state takes a hit, it trickles, and then I will continue the bad habits that I was doing with the food, the drinks, the caffeine, not sleeping enough, or, allowing my insomnia to take over me. Just certain things that I allow to happen cause me to go into a cycle. So it's literally, I will go through this where I'll get a migraine, I'll end up getting vertigo, I'll end up having a seizure, my seizure will cause me to have a migraine or a really bad headache, which will end up causing vertigo again, and then it's just like a non-stop cycle. So the one day that I'm feeling good, I finally want to get out of my own head, so I'll drink again, and then it just starts all over again. So for the last 6 months, I've been in this, or I guess the last 3 months, since October is when it really started getting bad. I've been in the cycle of mental, I don't know, shitstorm. A shitstorm, I guess. So I was able finally to see my neurologist and see my doctor. So we're getting that back all under control. But with all of those issues, like obviously that affects my depression. Obviously that affects my anxiety. Obviously that affects my work. So I ended up having to make the decision to no longer be at my job. So I made the decision no longer be at my job for multiple things. One was I did take a very large pay cut. Not very large. It was like $2 an hour pay cut to be at this job. The stress levels at this job with the pay cut was not worth it to me. It was just kind of one of those moments. And then because of the leadership, it was hard to find help. And so those are really 3 things that contributed to the stress at work, and like the working from home aspect, and the software that they have and the computers that they have and their system, it wasn't the best. And so it was just so many different things on top of my medical issues. And so I made the decision to no longer be with that company. And so I'm currently jobless. So with all the aspects of me not taking care of myself, my medical issues, my no job, so my financial, I guess it's not an issue, my financial issues, my physical issues, and then I haven't gotten into, well, I guess I kind of did. I did mention that I have been emotionally eating like crazy. There was a time where I literally was just eating and my stomach was so full and so hard, and I just couldn't understand why I kept doing that to myself, but I just wanted more food. Couldn't tell you why. Could not tell you why, other than my disordered eating and depression and anxiety and triggers. I don't know. So with all of these acknowledgements and realizing that I have a huge role to play in my own health and me taking care of myself, and the acknowledgement that I reacted this way. Like, I understand that it's out of my control to how people react to me or treat me, but it's not out of my control of how I react to things. So, like I mentioned, I think that's why a big goal of mine in the healing and this journey that I'm on, and stopping the cycle, essentially is going to turn into a decluttering aspect and a minimalism aspect, because like I mentioned, I want to live a simple life. I know that I'm not a simple person because of my medical issues and my mental health issues. So if I can make my life simple, I'm thinking that will be the key to me being able to be the best me that I can be. So at the end of the day, I guess the reason I was so excited to get this video out today was because another epiphany moment. I feel like that happens all the time, but thanks, meditation. I'm realizing that I'm worth taking care of myself, and that this is the last time that I'm going to allow myself to stop taking care of myself, because I'm worth it and I know what it takes to take care of myself, and I know that I am worth it. And I just need to realize and set those boundaries and continue to make my life simple and declutter and move on with this journey, because I know I can achieve great things, and I know you can achieve great things. So if you're struggling with these same issues, what is your red flag moment that you have? Like, put a red flag emoji down in the comments and tell me, what is your red flag moment that you have that makes you realize that you might be struggling with your mental health, other than anxiety, because I know I have anxiety all the time. It's probably dramatic, but I have anxiety a lot of the time. It does affect me with like my stomach and the way I eat and the way I function sometimes, because I will be nauseous from anxiety, so I will throw up. Anyways, I'm not getting into that. But anyways, what are your red flag moments? I'm noticing that this video is going to be at 17 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and stop it here, and I'm going to go ahead and start thinking about the next video. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and turn on the little bell notifications, because like I mentioned before, I am going to be doing my declutter series the last Tuesday of every month. So that is coming up soon. But thanks so much for being here and kind of watching my I've stopped taking care of myself video. And if you kind of have these little things that you're acknowledging to and realizing that you've done, and you want to follow along on the journey, subscribe. Comment down below. Maybe we can message back and forth or email or do something, and we can support each other. But thanks for being here. I do love you, and have a happy Tuesday, or whatever day you're watching this. Have a happy day.